Integrity is not a system of self-improvement. It is the fruit of a heart that has been made whole. Many people think integrity means striving to become acceptable to God through flawless behavior. But the gospel reveals something far greater. In Christ, believers have already been made complete, forgiven, and reconciled. From that finished reality flows a life that becomes increasingly honest, sincere, and consistent. The Old Covenant focused heavily on external appearances. It emphasized rules engraved on stone, outward rituals, and the constant reminder of failure. But the New Covenant writes truth upon the heart. Integrity under the New Covenant is not about pretending to be righteous while hiding inward corruption. It is about living openly because there is no condemnation hanging over us. Jesus repeatedly confronted religious hypocrisy. He warned about those who honored God with their lips while their hearts were far away. He exposed the danger of appearing clean outwardly while remaining inwardly divided. True integrity begins within. When the heart rests in the love and acceptance of God, masks begin to fall away. There is no longer a need to perform for approval. Integrity means being the same person in private as in public. It means speaking truthfully, loving sincerely, and walking without deceit. But this does not come through fear. Fear produces hiding. Adam hid in the garden because he felt exposed and ashamed. Humanity has been hiding ever since, hiding failures, weaknesses, and motives. Yet the finished work of Christ removes the fear of judgment and invites believers into openness before God. Because of that, integrity is connected to freedom. A person who knows they are loved without condition does not need to manipulate others, exaggerate accomplishments, or construct a false identity. They can walk honestly because their value is secure in Christ. The Apostle Paul often spoke about sincerity and purity of heart. He described believers as those who live in the light. Light exposes, but it also heals. Darkness survives through concealment, while light brings liberty. Integrity grows when we stop living divided lives and begin resting in the truth of who we are in Christ. This also changes how we treat others. Integrity refuses exploitation. It refuses dishonesty in relationships, business, ministry, and daily life. Love becomes genuine instead of performative. Kindness becomes authentic instead of transactional. A transformed heart produces transformed conduct. The destruction of the Old Covenant age revealed the passing away of a system centered on outward religion and separation. What remains is the everlasting kingdom of Christ, a kingdom rooted in spirit and truth. In this kingdom, integrity is not maintained through endless striving, but through abiding in Christ. As believers behold him, they reflect his character. Integrity also means keeping our words. Jesus taught, "Let your yes be yes and your no be no." In a world filled with manipulation and image management, simple honesty becomes powerful. There is strength in truthfulness. There is peace in not needing to maintain appearances. Many struggle with integrity because they believe God's love rises and falls with their performance. That mindset creates insecurity and hiding. But when believers understand they are fully forgiven and eternally accepted, they gain confidence to live transparently. Grace does not produce corruption, it produces wholeness. The heart transformed by love begins to desire what is true and pure. The life of Christ within us is the source of integrity. He is not merely an example to imitate externally. He is our life. As his life flows through us, integrity becomes less about effort and more about expression. The branch does not strain to produce fruit. It simply abides in the vine. Integrity is ultimately about wholeness. The word itself carries the idea of being undivided. God has made his people whole in Christ. Therefore, they no longer need to live fragmented lives separated between appearance and reality. They can walk in truth, freedom, honesty, and love because they belong to him. So live boldly in the light. Refuse hypocrisy. Refuse fear-driven religion. Refuse the exhausting burden of pretending. Rest in the finished work of Christ and let that rest produce a life marked by sincerity, truthfulness, humility, and love.